Jessica, time for a feels thread, you beautiful bastards. Be me, 10 years old when a group of cops show up at my house. My baby sister's freaking out. They're here for me. Mom and Dad are dead. My life ended at 10 fucking years old because of some asshat with a blood alcohol level of 0.20. My uncle picks me up the next day, moved to his place in another state. I feel constantly alone. I don't have friends, no enemies either. I don't even have any bullies. I'm so invisible to the world, I might as well be part of the cosmic background radiation. Fast forward 12 years later. 22-year-old kissless beta loser, struggling with depression, still living with my uncle. He's a good guy, tries to point me in good directions, even got me through high school and college. Even helped me land a decent job, though I lost it a week later. I can't fault him for my shitty life. The day after losing my job, he takes me to a sandwich place to try and cheer me up. Food's good. I always eat too much. We get a seat outside. It's a nice day. Random bump in the arm, and suddenly I'm drenched in ice water. This is my life now, .jpg. Look up to see a 9 out of 10 smoking hot Stacy apologizing emphatically. She's not looking at me. She's apologizing to the air. Seems about right. Even if it wasn't on purpose, I probably deserved it. Multiple servers show up with paper towels. I feel bad for making them work harder than they should have to for some loser like me. Stacy looks mortified, still apologizing to the air. Looks like she's getting upset. Uncle kicks me under the table and points at something that she's holding. A walking cane? She's blind. Feel even worse. I quickly get up and apologize to her. She reaches out unexpectedly and takes hold of my arm. The fuck? She apologizes again for dumping the ice water on me. I reply, I'm used to it. Stupid, stupid, stupid. She smiles warmly, introduces herself. Her name is Jessica. Uncle offers her a seat. She can't. Has to leave. Takes out her purse and pulls something out. Flails for a second, then grabs my hand. Her skin feels so nice. Puts something in my palm. It's her card. Tells me to call her and she'll make it up to me. Another Stacy appears. They lock arms. Jessica says goodbye, sweetly, and they leave. Check out the card. Feels weird. Uncle says it's Braille. I don't know Braille. Pocket the card. No way I'm gonna call her, but it feels good to be treated like a human for once by someone other than my uncle. Decide to save it for a rope day. A couple weeks pass and my uncle sits me down with a we need to talk look. Just started a new job. Figure he's gonna give me a rally speech. He's a good guy, Greg. Has a knack for making me feel better. Tells me he took Jessica's card from my room. Tells me he called Jessica. The fuck you do, bitch? .jpg? Get this. He told her, Anon's really shy, but if you get to know him, he's a really great guy. Lies and slander. .jpg. Worse yet, they set up a dinner date for that fucking night. Panic.exe. Took an hour to calm down. Start to think about my life. Haven't had a date in ever. Fuck it. She's blind. What's the worst that can happen? Take first shower in a week. Put on deodorant. Remember hearing something about blind people having supernatural smell. Put on more deodorant. Drive shitty Ford Escort to the restaurant. Same place where she dumped ice water on me. Figures. First contact is pretty awkward. She's even prettier than I remember. 5'9", dark brown hair, 120 pounds, lovely pair of Ds. Yoga pants? That ass? She's already ordered, so I just order the house burger. She laughs. Feels bad, man. .jpg. Ask her what's funny. She tells me she ordered the same thing. Suddenly feel that human connection thing. Says we already have something in common. It's obviously a charity date, but she's pretty and it feels good to smile. Decide to play along and enjoy the feels. Actually put in some effort. I try to tell some jokes. I'm terrible at telling jokes. She laughs anyway, though. Kind of feels like crying. Food arrives and I dig in. Then I realize that she can hear me eating. I feel gross. Swallow hard and apologize profusely. She smiles and starts wolfing down her burger. We're not talking quick little bitch bites with fast chewing. Oh no, we're talking jaw hinges open and half a slaughtered calf enters her gaping mouth of toothy hell. This is how I died. JPEG. In pauses between mouthfuls, we start talking. Start to learn a bit more about her. She's a foodie, likes complex and artistic flavors and foods. Learn about her hometown, small town girl. Learns she has a favorite color. Learned she wasn't always blind. She suddenly looks sad. I quickly change the subject to me. Oh shit, what are you doing, JPEG? Try not to be a loser for once. Tell her about my MBA. Don't tell her it took me 3 years to complete a 1 to 2 year degree. Tell her about my job. Don't tell her I basically babysit working teenagers for a living. Tell her about my childhood. Don't tell her about my dead parents. As a last-ditch effort, tell her about my uncle. Don't fucking tell her about dead parents. Partway through the meal, she flails out and grabs my arm. Tells me she's really enjoying herself. I suddenly feel like crying again. The fuck is wrong with me? Before I know it, it's time to go. Too soon. PNG. She holds out her credit card for the waiter to take. I quietly swap it with mine. I'm not making a blind girl pay for my dinner. Besides, I know she only came as an apology. Waiter returns a minute later and hands me my card. Quietly have him hand hers back. I sign the tip on the receipt. Waiter has her sign the customer copy. Waiting awkwardly in the parking lot, I expect someone to swing around and pick her up any second now. She asks if I forgot where I parked. Realize I'm her ride home. Remember the backseat of my car is filled with garbage. Probably smelly garbage. Remember blind people have a heightened sense of smell. Shit fuck. JPEG. I help Jessica into my car. I'm so nervous that I drop my keys. Twice. Get in. Start my crappy car and start driving. Hot girl in car. Replaying the date in my mind, wondering how badly did I fuck this up. Completely distracted. I go on autopilot. I wind up driving to my uncle's house. Turn the car around and apologize. Remember Jessica's blind. Explain to her I went on autopilot and drove to the wrong house. Drive away. Try and make small talk. Start talking about family, about my dead fucking parents. Apologize again. Autopilot across town to my workplace. Fuck. Apologize again. Then explain how I accidentally drove to my workplace. Kill me. Now. Realize I have no fucking clue where she lives. I've literally been driving around for 30 minutes without a destination. Ask her for her address. I go to put it in my phone's GPS and my battery's dead. Ask her for directions. Immediately regret asking a blind person for directions. Ask her if I can borrow her phone. She hands me her flip phone. Immediately regret asking a blind person to borrow their phone. By this point, Jessica is stifling a laugh so hard, it starts leaking out of her phenomenal ass. Break down laughing. We laugh for a solid 10 minutes. Jessica finally calls her friend for help. Her friend winds up giving us directions over the phone. We laugh all the way back to her apartment, feeling much better by the time we get there. Feeling good about things to walk her up. She takes my arm as I escort her up the steps. Strange pause outside. Out of nowhere, she tells me she knows that I paid. How? She won't tell me. Instead puts her hand out and touches my arm, works her hand up my arm and touches my face. Wonder if she's trying to see me. No? Once she finds my face, she stands up on her tippy toes and gives me a little kiss on the cheek. She tells me she had fun, tells me not to make her uncle call next time. She enters her house, and I just stand there, completely befuddled. There's a next time?